Chances are you've gone into your local bike shop looking for a new bike. They've looked you up and down and said, oh yeah, you'll be a medium. Sound familiar? This happens in the majority of bike shops. I'm going to run you through today how to buy a new bike, not based on frame size, but based on frame geometry, which allows you to get the perfect fit for your body every time. First thing to understand is why the standard bike sizing concept is not a good idea when choosing a new bike. Your standard small, medium, large, extra large, 50, 52, 54. It comes down to these two measurement principles. Now, I call them primary and secondary. So a primary measurement actually changes your position on the bike, whereas a secondary measurement doesn't. Example, the seat tube, which is the way most manufacturers measure their bikes, is a secondary measurement. If we suddenly change it from a 54 to a 50, nothing really happens, apart from the fact there's more seat posts exposed. Yet, if we change the top tube or the head tube, it's actually going to change your position. You're going to be a little more stretched out with more weight over the front end. This is where the problem comes in. Years ago, most bike manufacturers followed the same measurement principles. They were all fairly close to each other. Over the last 10-15 years, bike geometries have evolved within brands, and also the models within the brands have evolved. So you've got lots of endurance, semi-endurance, race, ultra race style geometries. This all makes a difference to your overall fit on the bike. So if you're fully comfortable on your current bike and you want to get a new bike that's very close to that bike in terms of geometry, it's actually pretty simple. There's a website called Geometry Geeks. Now on there, you can match and compare your geometry with a new bike geometry as well, side by side. Real simple, really accurate. The key for this is knowing what your current geometry is on your bike. So stack and reach measurements are the easiest measurements to match over. And if you can find a bike that's within probably 5 mil, 6 mil in the stack and reach on both bikes, you're going to have a bike that's almost an absolute clone of the one you've got. Now you can open these up a little bit more if you can't find anything. Sometimes if people have a pretty tall bike, short bike, really endurance, it's quite hard to find anything that fully matches. So you can go outside the terms a little bit, but just be aware, the further you go away from the stack and reach measurements of your current bike, the further away the fit is going to be as well. So this is the crucial thing when choosing a bike. Take your time and get it right. Bike fit before you buy a bike or bike fit after? The usual thing will be the bike fit after you buy the bike, but this doesn't really make a lot of sense. You don't know what your bike geometry, your bike fit needs to be, especially if you're not comfortable on your current bike. The best way to get this dialed in before you purchase your bike is get a pre-purchase bike fit. Find out your ideal geometry, your ideal stack, your ideal reach, and then match these numbers to all the bikes out there on earth today. And you can get yourself a nice little short list. You can find decent availability from your local bike shop, and once you've got that dialed in, you can go buy it and it will fit you like a glove. Do it that way and ensure you don't get it wrong. People get it wrong all the time. Don't be one of them. Now we want to keep sharing our bike fit knowledge with you guys, so any likes and subscribes you can send our way, it will be greatly appreciated.